future.
Are you ready to crush your bookies?
Evolution.
Hello, my sports betting friends. Thank you for showing up for my first live stream in Major League Baseball in the 2025 season. Special hello to Sunny Springs, who is here this morning, Justin, Little Al, Julien Courcy, and Seth Holt. Can you confirm, please, in the chat if the sound is good? I have not done any live streams in a while, so I just want to make sure we don't have any technical issues. So today there are 15 games in Major League Baseball, and I'm going to discuss most of them. Actually, I've got 10 more picks for you in baseball, just like yesterday. All right, so everybody is confirming that the sound is great. All right, so let's start by recapping yesterday as promised. So there were 10 games on the menu, and I provided 10 picks. Remember that I said that I don't necessarily recommend betting all games, but you can use the information I provide to make your own decisions. Now, overall, we finished with a 6-4 record. And if you look at the last column on the table on your screen, it shows you how much you would have won or lost on each bet by risking $100 per bet. All right, so this is important. I always invite people to put at risk the same amount on each bet. So that means, because some people tend to bet more when they bet on favorites, I don't recommend doing this. So as you can see, all 4 lost bets corresponded to a $100 loss, whereas the amount won depends on the odds. So it didn't start very well with a 2-4 record, but thank God we won the last 4 plays of the night. 2 of them are highlighted in green. They were viewed as premium picks. Tyler Alexander from the Brewers over 4.5 strikeouts that missed. I'm really still pissed about this one. And the other one was the Dodgers that followed the famous scoring drought system that now owns an 8-1 record this year. It has generated more than 20% ROI over the past 2+ years. So overall, we made a profit of $80 if you risk $100 per play. So every day I'm going to recap the performance of my picks. All right, and by the way, before we get started, I want to let you know that to celebrate my first live stream, I've decided to run a great promotion where you can get 77% off my premium picks for 1 week on all sports. So you can expect to get between 35 and 50 picks across baseball, the NBA, and the NHL. Usually the price is $35, but with this promotion, it's only $8.05, which is ridiculous. I can tell you already what the discount code is. It is LIVE77. Okay, so LIVE77. This is the code you need to enter at mjpicks.com when you sign up for all sports for 1 week. All right, so I'll go back to that later on. For now, let's get started with today's picks. First, we have the Diamondbacks against the Marlins. And I'm going to go with the D-backs to win straight up. So I'm taking Arizona's money line. As you can see on your screen, the best available odds are minus 156 with Pinnacle. That's the same as 1.64 in decimal. Now, one of the reasons why I like this pick is because it fits under a betting system called the hot bats. Now, be cautious with this system though. It is not the best performing one. I'm not sure if I rated it like 3 stars out of 5. It's not the best one, so you need to be cautious. Still, let me explain its rules to you. So the Hot Bats recommends fading the home team if they either won their past 2 games by scoring 6+ runs in each of those victories, or if they won their past 4 games by putting at least 5 runs on the board in each case. Now you can see at the bottom the profit we made from risking just 1 unit per play over 7 or 8 full seasons. So we picked up 81.80 units over 1,349 bets. Now that was a while ago. I don't remember the specific years, somewhere like between 2008 and 2016. Now I have been tracking its performance over recent years, and it has had some mitigated success, which is why I don't advocate following its picks blindly. So in this case, let's go back to the rules. So the home team is Miami. They won their past 2 games by scoring 11 and 7 runs. So by following the rules on your screen, you need to fade the home team, and that explains the pick on the Diamondbacks. And by the way, we have another team that fits under this system today, as you will find out later. Now, my second pick concerns the Seattle versus Reds game, and this is one of my premium picks of the day. I'm taking under 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings. As you can see, the best odds right now, well, or maybe an hour ago when I took the screenshot, was plus 100 in American format, which is the same as 2.0 in decimal. That was obtained with the sportsbook called 888 Sport. By the way, I'm not going to mention the exact sportsbook every time. I don't necessarily want to promote some of them, but in many cases, I'm showing you the screenshot just to confirm to you that we did get those odds. I don't know if it changed since then. All right, so I said earlier, I'm going to share with you 10 picks today, and 2 of them are viewed as premium plays. Right now, for those of you who are regular members at mjpicks.com, you have already received 4 premium picks. Now, 2 of them will be provided today for free. Now, in this case, why do I like this bet, the under in the first half of the Mariners-Reds game? Well, we have 2 pitchers that I trust quite a bit. Luis Castillo for the Mariners. First of all, he's facing his former club, so that's going to add more motivation for him. He's had a great whip statistic. So remember how much I value this stat. The whip stat is the walks plus hits per inning pitch. The league average is 1.30. Now, in the case of Castillo, in his past 3 years, his whip stat has been 1.17, 1.10, and 1.08. So he's been much better than average, of course. And so far this year, he has posted some great numbers. Although he did labor through 5 scoreless innings in his last outing, because he still needed 102 pitchers to get through those 5 innings. Now on Cincinnati's side, we have Nick Lodolo, who I believe is underrated. Last year, he had a pretty high 4.76 ERA, but to me, that's masking a very solid whip stat of 1.20. So he still was better than average, but some people are being misled because of his high ERA. This year, he has only given up 2 earned runs in 18 and 2/3 innings. I do have one source of concern about Lodolo. He has only picked up 8 strikeouts in those 18 or 19 innings of work. But still, I believe we're going to see a first half that's going to be low scoring. And again, I like it so much that I've graded it as one of my premium plays. So those are the highest confidence picks. All right, up next, we're going to talk about Washington against Pittsburgh. And in this case, I like the Pirates money line. And this time, I'm going to talk about the pummeled pitchers betting angle. Let's read the rules together. Bet the road team if they either lost their past 2 games by allowing at least 9 runs in each of those defeats, or if they lost their past 3 games by giving up at least 7, or they lost 4 straight by allowing 6 plus in each of those losses. Now, if that's the case, the system says you need to bet the road team. So you may be wondering, well, what the heck? Why are you betting the home team, not the road team? Well, here is why. Well, first of all, the Nationals have allowed 10, 11, and 7 runs in their last 3 games. So that corresponds to the second criterion here. They have lost their past 3 games by allowing at least 7 runs. But here's the catch. This system has done so poorly over the past 5 years that I've started to fade its picks. Now, out of the 19 baseball betting systems that I have developed like several years ago, there are 3 systems that have done so badly that I tend to go against its recommendations because it has posted a ROI of something like minus 10 or minus 15%, which is abysmal. That's the case of this system. So this is the pummeled pitchers. In fact, it has lost about 25 units over 230 bets during the past 5 years. That is really awful. All right. One more reason why I'm taking the Pirates is they are performing much better at home. So far this year, they are 4-3 at home versus 2-8 on the road. And if you focus on the Nationals, away from their home stadium, they have posted a 1-6 record, whereas they have a positive record at home. So to me, that's another argument favoring the Pirates. Overall, the Nats have not been doing very well, as shown by the fact that they have dropped 4 of their past 5 contests. The Nationals will start Jake Irvin. He has some very poor numbers this year, a 5.63 ERA. But granted, he has faced some potent offenses. He has pitched against the Phillies, the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers. But still last year, his ERA was 4.41, so that was quite bad. So I don't trust Jake Irvin too much. On the other side, for Pittsburgh, we have Mitch Keller, who was destroyed by the Yankees by allowing 7 earned runs. But if you look at his other 2 starts, he was great because he has given up just 1 run in 13 1/3 innings. So that's fantastic. And now he's facing Washington, who is far from having an offense similar to the Bronx Bombers. So I think he will do well. And this is why my third pick for today goes to the Pirates to win straight up against Washington. All right, let me check something. Hello to J.S. Brown, who is joining us today. Thank you for being there, my friend. Now, I don't have a great pick about any of the next 2 games, so the Giants and Phillies, and also the Red Sox and Rays. So I'm going to skip them, and we're going to move to pick number 4, which is my other premium pick for today, the Baltimore Orioles to win straight up against Cleveland. Now, what are my arguments supporting the Orioles in this game? The main reason is the snapped winning streak. I do have 5 systems that are graded 5 stars, and this is one of them. Its rules are quite simple and yet very effective. Fade the road team if they have lost their previous game after winning at least 5 in a row. All right, so in the current case, the The road team is Cleveland, and they suffered their first loss after winning 5 consecutive games. As a matter of fact, they swept the White Sox, then took 2 straight from the Royals before losing against the Royals by a 4-2 score. So by following the rules, we must fade the Guardians, which is why I'm taking the Orioles. So as I said, this is a system that's graded 5 stars out of 5. It has generated some positive gains in each of the past 3 seasons, so I trust it a lot. So far this year, we have had 5 wagers by following its rules, and we've obtained a 2-3 record for a net loss of 1.47 units. But that's no reason to be panicking. I am very confident that it will produce more positive gains as the season goes on. Now, of course, one of my concerns about this game is the Baltimore starting pitcher, Charlie Morton. So it seems like age is catching up to him. So far this year, he owns a bad 0-3 record along with a very dreadful 8.78 ERA. And what about his whip statistic that I value so much? If your whip stat is above 1.5, that's viewed as being pretty bad. And in his case, it is at 1.88, which is shameful. So hopefully he's going to rebound with a pretty good performance. And I think he will, or the Baltimore offense will put many runs on the board. But anyway, I trust the snapped winning streak system very much. So I'm going to roll with this play. Up next, what is my 5th pick of the day? It concerns the Royals versus Yankees game. Yesterday, one of the 4 losing bets that we had was to take KC to pull off the upset in New York. Well, I'm certainly not going to get burned again because this time I'm taking the Yankees with the -1.5 run line. As you can see on your screen, the best available odds are plus 108. As I've said yesterday, you may not get odds that are as high as this, so I'm just showing you the best current odds to give you a reference point. Okay, but it doesn't mean that if the odds are lower that I don't view it as a good pick. So maybe you can get plus 100, which is the same as 2.0 in decimal. And of course, lines are always subject to change between the moment where I make the picks and the moment where I go live. All right, so let's talk about this match a little bit. Oh, sorry. So the Yankees have been reeling since April 6, as shown by their 3-5 record since that date. But maybe yesterday's win will boost their confidence because they still managed to beat Seth Lugo, who is a pretty good pitcher, and they did it by starting Carlos Carrasco, who is one of the worst pitchers in the big leagues. So that was an amazing win. They got an unexpected great start from Carrasco. So I feel like it's going to give them some confidence, and I expect them to destroy the Royals. Michael Wacha will start for the Royals. He's not having a great start to his 2025 campaign. And on New York side, they will be sending Max Fried to the mound. He's been quite dominant with his new club after playing for the Braves for several years. He currently owns a 1.56 ERA, which is stunning, and also a great 21-3 strikeout to walks ratio. So it's hard to be asking for anything better than this. So to me, New York will break out today with a convincing win. So that's why I'm taking the Yankees to win with the run line. Okay, next, we're going to talk about the Braves Blue Jays game. And in that game, the pick I like the most is no run to be scored in the initial frame. And this time, the best current odds are -125 in the American format, which equates to 1.80 if you are more familiar with decimal odds. For your information, my mathematical model believes the fair odds are minus 137 in decimal, which is the same as 1.73 in decimal. So if you can get odds that are higher than 1.73 in decimal, to me that's a good value wager. Now we have two very strong pitchers on the mound. I really expected the line to be weaker than this, so that's why I am jumping on no runs scored in the first inning. Spencer Schwellenbach will be on the mound for the Braves. After showing a lot of promise last year, well, he's been excellent this season. He is primed for a great career. He has allowed just one earned run in 20 innings of work, which is incredible. He has picked up 19 Ks against 3 walks. And he's facing an average offense in Toronto's. So I think we have a great chance that no run will be scored by the Blue Jays in the first inning. And on the other side, the Jays are sending Kevin Gausman to the mound. He's another reliable pitcher. His whip stat has been below 1.25 in each of the past 5 years. He's been a great model of consistency. This year, he owns an astonishing 0.62 whip stat. I don't know if you realize how great this is. If your whip stat is below 1, that is viewed as being great. And in his case, he is well below 1 at 0.62. So I am very hopeful that he is going to blank the Braves in the first inning. Atlanta has been struggling on offense this year. So this is another pick that I like quite a bit. So that was pick number 6. All right, now next, my 7th pick will concern the... so we're going to skip the next game. I don't have a great pick on the Tigers-Brewers game. Now, if we focus on Mets-Twins, I like the Twins money line, so I feel like they're going to pull off a mild upset. The best current odds are plus 100 in American format, which is the same as 2.0 in decimal. Now, this pick is supported by the Stingy Pitchers betting strategy. Now, this one is rated 4 stars out of 5. So it's like my 6 to 8 best system out of 19. The rules are as follows. You need to bet against the road team if they have won their past 2 games by allowing either 0 or 1 run in each of those victories, and if they are not big underdogs. In this case, the visiting club is the Mets, and obviously they are not big underdogs. And they have won their past 2 games by allowing either 0 or 1 run. In fact, they gave up 1 run to the Ace. No, sorry, they shut out the Ace before giving up just 1 run yesterday to the Twins. So far this year, this system has produced a 2-0 record, so for a profit of 1.55 units. So this is just the 3rd place supported by the Stingy Pitchers this year. So I want to make use of it. I'll take advantage by betting the Twins to win straight up. All right, so that was pick number 7, the Twins money line. Next, we have the Ace against the White Sox. And this is where I'm going to swing for the fences with a pretty big underdog. I'll go with the White Sox to win straight up at plus 143 odds. Well, again, this is the best available odds. Maybe the best you can get personally is plus 135, plus 140. I don't know if the odds have changed since then. Well, in this case, the White Sox have picked up the 2nd fewest wins in the big leagues with just 4. The only worst team is Colorado, who has picked up 3 wins. But the A's have not been that much better. If I remember correctly, they have 6 wins this year. Now, surprisingly enough, did you know that the White Sox run differential is only -3, despite their 4-11 record, thanks to 3 blowout wins that have improved their run differential. So they're close to 0, even though they have a very bad record of 4-11. And also, they have been beaten by exactly 1 run on 5 occasions. So in other words, they have destroyed 3 teams and they have suffered very tough and tight losses so far in the 2025 season. Jeffrey Springs will start for the Ace. He's not very good. He has allowed 4 and 3 earned runs in his past 2 outings, so he's clearly beatable. So given that we are getting some high and juicy odds on the White Sox at home, I think it's worth taking a small stab. Okay, so this is not a premium play. I'm not saying we should bet our house on the White Sox, who obviously are a very poor team. But to me, there is some value with this line. I think they have a shot of pulling off the big upset here. So that's why I'm taking the White Sox to win straight up against the Ace. I think they have a shot. I know their starter, Burke, is not that great either. So basically, we have a pitching duel featuring 2 ordinary pitchers. So who knows? The game could go both ways. All right. And now, up next, I'm taking the Astros to win straight up in St. Louis. The best current odds are -120 or 1.83 in decimal, so they are small favorites. Well, why am I taking them? Well, remember earlier I told you that let me show it to you again. I told you earlier that another club was qualifying under the hot bat system. Well, this is it. The Astros qualify under this system. Because if you take a look at the rules again, we need to fade the home team, in this case the Cardinals, if they won their past 2 games by scoring 6+ runs. Well, if you take a look at St. Louis' recent schedule, yesterday they tallied 8 runs against their opponents from today, the Astros, and prior to that, they put 7 runs on the board against the Phillies. So for this reason, we need to fade them, which explains the pick on the Astros. Also, I think I like the revenge aspect. The Houston lost yesterday against the St. Louis Cardinals, so they will want to avenge yesterday's defeat. Again, but remember that the hot bat system is not that great, so be cautious. This is far from being a high confidence pick. Okay, I think I would call it a lean. And finally, so this is my 9th pick. As I said earlier, I'm going to present 10. So here is one more. It concerns the Angels-Rangers game. And this time, and by the way, this one was very, very close from being viewed as a premium pick. I hesitated between making it a lean or a premium pick. Now, it is not premium, but very, very close. I'm taking the Texas Rangers first 5 innings money line. About an hour ago, the best available odds were -105 in American format, which is the same as 1.95. In my opinion, they should be favored by much more than this. All right, so here are some arguments supporting this play. Yusei Kikuchi will be on the mound for the Angels. He has really been struggling with his new team by squandering 3, 3, and 4 earned runs in his 3 starts with the Halos. He's had some command issues lately as well, because he has issued 3 and 5 walks during his past 2 outings. On the other side, the Rangers will send Tyler Mahle on the mound. He only pitched 13 innings last year after pitching only 26 the year before. He is now healthy, and the question is, can he go back to being a trustworthy pitcher? And based on early results, the answer seems to be yes. Well, it is pretty fantastic to realize that he has allowed only 5 hits in 13 and 2/3 innings, and that is coupled with a super low 1.32 ERA. So he is off to a much, much better start to his season than Kikuchi. One more reason why I like Texas in this spot is because they have been very tough to beat at home, as shown by their 6-1 home record. So again, this was very close from being a premium play. So my official pick here is the Rangers' first 5 innings money line. Now, before I let you go, I want to go back to the famous, incredible promotion that I'm running. So again, here are the details. So if you want to get my premium picks, so those are the highest confidence plays. And by the way, I don't want to waste your time, but based on what I recall, out of the past 15 weeks, we've had 13 with a winning record and only 2 weeks with a losing record. And I think I may be mistaken. I think we're 14-2 over the past 16 weeks. But we've been crushing the sports books since December with more than 40 units of profit. So that means that if someone is betting $100 per play, then he would have racked up a profit of $4,000 from following my betting tips since December. And now, until tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time only, I have a discount code that you can use that will give you a 77% rebate on the following subscription plan. All Sports Weekly. Okay, so on my site, you have a choice between a weekly plan or a monthly plan. Now, this rebate applies to the weekly plan, and you need to pick all sports. So right now, you get picks on MLB, the NBA, and the NHL. So you can expect to receive between 35 and 45 premium plays. Again, the regular price is $35, but given this incredible promotion, you can get them for $8.05. So can you believe this? You get like 40 high confidence picks that are backed by solid data for just $8. Now, just to be clear, the 77% rebate is not applicable for forever. Okay, so it applies to the first week. I know it's kind of obvious, but I've had some people in the past getting upset because in the second week they realize the rebate does not apply. Okay, so this is a 77% rebate for the first week, and you must act by tomorrow, April 16, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, because after that the coupon code will not work. So when you sign up for it, you need to enter the following promo code, LIVE77. All right, so there is a field where you can enter a coupon code at mjpix.com. So make sure you enter LIVE77 to take advantage of this promotion. All right, so a big thank you to all of you for showing up today. And by the way, this big rebate is to thank you for being here for my first live of the year. A special hello to James Valliere, who is here. Might Obi-Wan. So we have quite a few people who speak French, just like I do. Merci beaucoup de vous être présenté à ce live stream. Hello to Richard Renfro. I am really happy to see you again. I know that you are a regular viewer. It's great to see you. And I see you're saying, appreciate your effort. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Ivan Perez is asking, what have I missed? Well, you can see on your screen my 10 picks for today. Oh, Nemo, it's great to see you. I remember seeing you from last year as well. Little Al says, great show, great information. Thank you. Well, you are very welcome. So a big thank you, everyone. As you can see, starting yesterday, I am now posting many more picks. I used to do shorter videos with like 1, 2, or 3 picks. Now I'm going to do my very best to try to post like 8 to 12 picks every day for the next 3 or 4 weeks to see if I can improve my number of views on YouTube. I have seen some other YouTubers who do this, and they have like more than 5,000 or even more than 10,000 views per day, whereas I only get 1,000 views per day. This is not necessarily an insignificant number of views, but I am striving to get more and more views, to get more exposure, and it looks like YouTube likes it when we present more picks, and I know that you guys also like it. I've received many great comments, so I would really appreciate if you could interact with this video by posting comments, clicking the thumbs up, or even better, if you could share the link to your friends on your Facebook wall or on other social media. If you could spread the word about my MLB picks, that would be so great. Now I'm spending several hours per day analyzing the games and creating those videos for you for free. So I'm hoping to have a bigger audience. That would be very motivating, and that would entice me to continue doing it, to present more picks. All right, so tomorrow I will recap today's 10 picks, how they have fared. A big thank you for showing up. This is Professor MJ from Quebec City in Canada. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Cheers, my friends.